Okay, two more stories about how I was horrifically victimized by my husband, ex-husband, Ben Douglas. And this is happening to women everywhere because no one is protecting us and the laws are lies. They're not being enforced. I think my husband was intentionally intending to defraud me and steal the house from me as an act of malice and make me homeless. One example of this that I think is telling. At one point, he never wanted me to buy him presents, gifts, and I think it's out of guilt, right? He's not a full sociopath, or I wouldn't have fallen in love with him because I did love him, but he's definitely on the spectrum, and maybe there's ulterior motives there. But one year, he was going around the house wearing these torn pants every day. And I thought, okay, this is ridiculous. So I did a lot of research, and I found these really sturdy, high-tech, super soft, comfortable pants that he could wear every day. And so I bought him that as a gift and gave it to him for his birthday. And then like a few days later, he came to me with the receipt, which I had, hidden in my stuff. For some reason, he found the receipt for these pants. And he launched into this furious, angry tirade about how could I dare spend that much money on pants. It was like $90. So rageful and insane. And I never bought him a gift again after that. And he wore those pants that I bought him every day for years. Not a hole, not a tear. They were great. Well worth the $90. But it was insane, right? I think he had a guilty conscience. And then after we separated, and I was living in another place and going through some really terrifying, horrific stuff. And also, he had kept custody of the kids, partly to a great extent because I wanted them in the house that I had built for them. I wanted them to stay there. So I got a place in Lafayette, so I wasn't that far. And did I come and live back in the house? I was terrified, right? There's a lot of terrifying things happening to me. So, yeah, that's right. So we had an ADU in the back of the house that I also had remodeled, gorgeous ADU, and then became an Airbnb. So he's collecting money from the ADU I built. So I was scared, and I wanted to come live back with my children, basically. So I came back to live in the ADU, and he charged me rent. And then I was driving the kids around, right? I was getting groceries. I was driving the kids to school, and terrified because of all this scary stuff going on. And he charged me for the use of the car. He charged me rent. And it was basically, he charged me the full amount that our settlement that I had been menaced and threatened into, not really an agreement, that he was supposed to pay me. So he wasn't paying me any money of the alimony, and he was charging me the full amount. And it was at that point that my Aunt Joyce wanted to sue him. She's like, Jody, he's not a good guy. He's a criminal. He is horrifically abusing you. And on some level, I knew it, but I was just too terrified because I was so vulnerable to fight. So, and to this day, of course, here I am. He stole everything. He owes me tens of millions of dollars. And I'm being horrifically victimized. And he's living in the home I built with all my beautiful stuff.